guys, welcome back to another episode of Tales of Olympus, the podcast where we dive into the wildest, most dramatic, and sometimes just downright unbelievable stories from Greek mythology. I'm your host, Ariel I. Gao. And if you're new here, welcome. You just joined a community of mythology fans who love hearing these stories retold in a fun and modern way. And today, we are diving into the world of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Last time, we finished The Lightning Thief, and now we step into a deeper, more dangerous adventure, the Sea of Monsters. And this is a full, detailed storytelling episode. If you haven't read the book yet, this is your final spoiler warning! And let's begin! Percy starts the story with a nightmare. Not just any nightmare, but a vision of Grover running in terror. He's wearing a wedding dress, trapped and begging for help. Something or someone is chasing him. Percy wakes with dread twisting in his stomach. And whenever Percy has a nightmare like this, it usually means something real is happening. And something real bad. And Percy tries to settle in at his new school and tries to keep a low profile. But peace never lasts long for a demigod like him. During PE, Percy and his new and only friend Tyson, a huge, gentle, homeless kid who clings to Percy like a brother, join a dodgeball game. But the opposing team transforms into Laestrygonian giants. Enormous creatures who throw flaming cannonballs instead of dodgeballs. Chaos explodes. But just when everything seems lost, Annabeth shatters a window and rescues them, pulling Percy and Tyson out of the burning gym. Annabeth leads them back to Camp Half-Blood. But something is terribly, visibly wrong. The sky seems darker here. The air feels colder. Monsters lurk just outside the borders. And then Percy sees it. To understand this story, we need to go back. Back 2 years before Percy arrived. A demigod named Thalia Grace, daughter of Zeus, was cornered by monsters while protecting her friends. To save her, Zeus transformed her into a pine tree on the hill. And those friends she was trying to save? It was Annabeth and Luke. And this tree did more than remembering her sacrifice. It became the magical barrier that protects the entire camp. As long as Thalia's tree stands strong, Camp Half-Blood is safe. But now it has been poisoned. It's dying. The magic is fading. And this means only one thing. Camp Half-Blood is no longer protected. Monsters slip through from time to time. And the gods are furious, and most importantly, the campers are scared. In all the chaos, Chiron, the legendary centaur teacher, is blamed and fired. A new director, Tantalus, takes over. During a campfire, a trident symbol glows over Tyson's head. The campers gasp, and Annabeth freezes. Percy feels like the world just hit. Because that meant some things that Percy never thought could happen. Tyson was the son of Poseidon, which makes Tyson Percy's half-brother. And then Tyson's two eyes shrink into one. And that also meant that he's a Cyclops. Percy doesn't know how to react. Annabeth is terrified. Cyclopes remind her of her past history of trauma she carries. Campers whispered and stared. Tyson cries with joy, thinking Percy will finally accept him as family. But Percy's emotions are messy and often complicated. Family often is. Chiron secretly tells Percy something vital. There is a way to save the tree, a magical object from Greek mythology, the Golden Fleece. It can heal anything, even poison from the darkest monsters. But the fleece is deep in the sea of monsters, guarded by the ancient Cyclops Polyphemus. And then Tantalus gives the quest to Clarice, the daughter of Ares, and she's mean and typical bully. She Tantalus just gave it to her, not Percy, even though Percy was the one who had the dream about Grover, even though Percy feels the danger closing in. But you know Percy will not stay behind. Percy, Annabeth, and Tyson secretly leave camp with help from Hermes. Along the way, they're captured by Luke on his monstrous cruise ship, the Princess Andromeda. Luke reveals that he poisoned Thalia's tree. He serves Kronos, and Kronos is reforming and he wants Percy to join him. But Percy refuses. They escape through fire and steel, barely alive. The Sea of Monsters is in the Bermuda Triangle, a place where physics, magic, and fate twist together in real life, too. Percy, Annabeth, and Tyson face whirlpools, monsters, deadly winds, Charybdis, Scylla, and their own fears. At one point, they're swallowed whole by a monster. At another, Percy drowns. Opposite, Annabeth drowns. Annabeth tried to hear the sirens to gain wisdom and almost loses herself to their enchanting song. Percy saves her and sees Annabeth's deepest dream, a perfect world she designed, and her mother and father having a picnic on the beach, smiling and waving at her. And most importantly, Luke was there to welcome her. A world where she is free. And now Percy's dream was right. Grover is alive but in danger. He's trapped on the island of Polyphemus, pretending to be a female Cyclops bride so he won't get eaten. Grover is terrified. Polyphemus is planning the wedding, and time is running out. Percy, Annabeth, Tyson, and Clarice, who re-enters the story since they saved her along the way, race to save him. The fight is brutal. Annabeth is thrown aside, Grover is almost crushed, and Percy is nearly killed. And then, just when all hope seems gone, Tyson returns, alive when everyone thought that he was dead. His loyalty changes the entire battle. Together, the three demigods, in one satyr and one Cyclops, fight Polyphemus, grab the Golden Fleece, and escape the island with the monster roaring behind them. Grover says, "I was never your bride!" And somehow they survive. And Percy decides something major and powerful. Clarice should take the fleece back alone, because the quest was hers. At camp, the Golden Fleece is placed on Thalia's tree. Magic spreads instantly. The tree glows and the poison disappears. Camp is saved once again. But the fleece was too powerful. It healed more than poison. It brought back what was once lost. At sunrise, footsteps echo on Half-Blood Hill. A girl stands where the tree used to be. Well, technically there's different versions, but let's just change it to the version where the girl stands beside the tree. Black hair, electric blue eyes, a storm's daughter. It was Thalia Grace, alive, breathing, and returned. Suddenly, the prophecy, the one that could destroy Olympus forever or save it, has two possible heroes, not one. Percy feels destiny shift beneath his feet, and everything changes. And thank you for joining me for this full detailed retelling of Percy Jackson and the of Monsters, a story of loyalty, family, danger, and sacrifice, and a prophecy that reveals that prophecies just refuse to rest. Next time on Tales of Olympus, technically, next time on Tales of Olympus, where we re enter this series, where we break down the books, we will enter one of the most emotional books in the series, The Titan's Curse, a quest that will test heroes beyond anything they faced. Until then, may the gods watch over your path, and may the sea remain calm for your journey. My name is Ariel. I'm 11 years old, and I will see you next episode. Bye!